Oftentimes we're asked, how do you keep your players more engaged in what they're doing? How do you create that sense of ambiance, the feeling that they're really in the game and not sitting there? Well, today we're going to be talking about exactly that, how to inspire your players with ambiance.
Welcome everyone, I'm Sean, this is Tony, and today we're going to be talking about creating ambience, whatever you want to say.
I say ambiance.
I know.
Don't make fun of me for that.
Exactly.
That's how I say it.
How to create just the mood and atmosphere for your campaign. And I'm really excited because this is something that I've always been doing since I first started DMing. And people kind of disregard it. Not that anything is wrong with just having paper and a table and your players.
Right.
That's the raw D&D experience. It's awesome. However, nothing is wrong with also going the extra mile and kind of like making your players feel like they're really there.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with showmanship, like at all. In fact, the more you put into your creative ideas, the more your players are going to want to keep coming back to things.
Exactly.
And it's kind of this thing with the homebrew stuff that we do.
Yeah,
we have so much fun.
If anything, creating ambience is its homebrew thing in itself because the books never tell you, how to make lighting or what kind of music to play. That's all on you. So we're going to kind of go quickly through a couple of categories here just to kind of give you a base idea of where you can kind of start. And then later on we can, in other videos we can kind of delve into each one individually.
Yeah, if you guys want to hear more about one of these subjects, just let us know.
Yeah.
Discord server. Right there.
Right there. So let us know if you want to go into something a little deeper. But for the first one, and this is something that's very easy, is lighting.
Yep.
Now, you can easily turn off the lights, turn on the lights, or you can go the extra mile. Tony, you did something kind of cool in one of your sessions. You had a lamp, right?
Yes. Well, we have many lamps.
We have many lamps,
but the idea behind it is you can actually go get some of those really easy colored bulbs that you can get for things.
And nowadays they sell them at Five Below for $5.
And
with the remote.
It comes with this little remote, and you press what color you want, and it does it on there. And I find that when you have a certain mood lighting for that, like when you're in a dank dungeon or something like that, to do like a deep blue or something like that, it makes them feel like they're immersed into it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Now, the real trick is being able to do that and having people still be able to see their character sheets and stuff.
Yeah.
But everyone always pulls out their phones and uses their lights if they need to.
Yeah, generally comfort over the aesthetics, but yeah, there's a lot of cool things you can do with lighting. Some things that I've done in the past, I like you'll have these like party lights that usually like have a strobe effect, but I have this one that kind of lights up the whole room and it kind of spins in a globe.
Oh god, that thing! I forgot about that.
Oh my god,
thing.
yeah, and you can put it like a deep red to create horror. You could put green to create like a jungle atmosphere.
And one of my favorite things with that is when there were times when we were dealing with I think one of the burning town that we dealt with.
Right. And
you had that fire
hot
thing going in the back.
Red light.
And it made us feel like, oh my god, okay, we're sitting here and this whole town's on fire.
Yeah.
I think that's when Shem put her fist through the wall.
Yeah, we had a character
something.
punching walls, But again, just to kind of simplify it, lighting is one of the more simpler things you can do, but it can do a lot and go very, very far.
Absolutely. The next thing, though, gets it even further, and it's something you got to balance out a little bit and find the right things and do a little bit of research for, and that's music.
Yeah, and you know me, I love music. I feel like every time I play an IDM, there has to be music. Now, sometimes people can misconstrue music and use it in the wrong way. Sometimes it's distracting. Sometimes it doesn't make sense. Sometimes it's too loud. You kind of have to be careful with music sometimes,
That's true, but sometimes you can use that break that you use with the music to inspire people, to get them riled up, to get them excited. Things like what I do with it, too, is if we haven't played in a long time, I will record a voiceover track with some music in the background and send it to all my players, and then they get this idea of like, oh my god, this is cool. Like, I can't wait to get back on that ship.
It gets excited, and you're not even playing yet.
Right.
Or sometimes, and especially if you're not recording your campaign, you can go kind of off the walls and play some more copyrighted music.
Yes.
I've had a lot of moments where, to kind of just like build the episode. One of my favorite moments that I've ever done was when you guys were escaping out of a crumbling tower.
Oh god! And you had to play.
Put on "I Need a Hero."
Oh god, it was
great. The best thing ever because it was a bunch of skill checks and the music was loud and everyone was excited.
It's fast paced and it worked out great.
Yeah, and again, I could do a whole speech about how great music is and why it's could be very important to creating ambience, but it's so good. It's so good.
And where to find them and what sources to use. Definitely another video coming up.
Yeah, definitely. But music is definitely on the list. Now the next one, this is kind of your forte, because I'll admit I am not a cook. I don't know how to make things, but I've been with Tony as a player, and he makes fantastic stuff. And the next thing I want to talk about is food and drink.
And this is one of my favorite things to do, especially when you're having a big event. Like I remember the first one we did was for White Plume Mountain.
Yeah,
and I decided, and we did that at your place, but I was DMing it, and I made all sorts of things. I made it so that because we were doing out of the Yawning Portal. Right?
Yeah.
So I did a roast beef. I did this. I did that. We played a campaign here most recently with it that they had this big feast. And it was kind of a Polynesian thing. So I started, I made pulled pork, and I did some taro root, and I did all these different things. It was delicious. The ube was flowing. It was fantastic.
But you know what was so cool as a player? Again, like kind of just eating the food that like could have potentially come from that like era and that world. It goes a far way, and then also to mention, like the food was like really good and delicious, which is always a plus. Hungry players are not good players, but no, it was so cool, and like it was like a great experience. We all kind of helped together, helping you make the food.
Right, yeah, and everyone enjoyed it, and it was just this gathering, this experience, especially if you play like once a month or once every couple of weeks. Yeah, it gets to be this big party. Okay, we're over here. What are we doing? What's the theme like? And, you get more immersed in the story that you're playing depending on what kind of food that
Exactly.
You're Not everybody wants pizza every week, believe me.
I know, exactly. So kind of like going the extra mile to like have like this ambient food is awesome. It's very special. And if we ever do another video on it, I'm pretty sure Tony's got some recipes under his belt that he may or may not share. It may be like the KFC spices, but I don't know.
I would love to do a video sometime on things to cook.
Yeah.
Like there's actually a few channels I follow of medieval cooking and things like that, which
exactly.
is kind of cool. But we've covered lighting, we've covered sound, we've covered taste, visuals.
Yeah, visuals.
This is important, and this is more your forte.
And effects. Yeah, so I've tried a lot of different things when it comes to kind of creating special effects in your campaign. One thing that I used to do that I kind of miss doing is I used to have a monitor in front of my DM screen, and I would actually have a slideshow, and it would basically depict a very general picture of where the players are at. But it was kind of nice. I had a lot of people like tell me like, oh, I like that you put this picture of the jungle. It's like I can see that jungle in my head, along with your descriptions, of course. Or you put a picture of a castle, or you put a picture of like the enemy. Of course, as a DM, you want to be descriptive, and you want to hopefully rely on your skills as a storyteller, but sometimes tossing in just like that little visual aid can help as well.
See, and a lot of times, I don't know how many people actually play on a Roll20 campaign or something to that extent, but having a visual like that in place of an actual battle map helps with that whole theater of the mind thing, which I think is great.
Yeah, some people are different. Sometimes players just need a little bit of extra help kind of visualizing and imagining things. And now I kind of wanted to mention effects because it's something that I don't really do as much anymore, but it kind of ties in with lighting and music a little bit. Back when I kind of played in my parents' basement, when I still lived there,
for the record, not all D&D players are in their parents' basement. This is just a special circumstance.
Of course. So I had this thing where, and again, another thing that I bought from Five Below, I bought these incense, and it came with like a little holder, and what I would do sometimes is like light one up, combine it with the lighting, combine it with the music, and kind of creating this like foggy kind of atmosphere. It's
and then
cool.
we evolved to that fog machine down there.
We had a fog machine. Thinking back, we sound insane, but like really though, you get to this point where you kind of have fun, kind of like doing all these little things,
Yeah, and it doesn't really distract from the story. If anything, all of these things together add to that feeling that they're actually in there. That suspension of disbelief. They're not sitting in somebody's basement. Now that kind of brings us to our last one on here, and I remember certain things at your place, and I'm sure you remember a few of them at mine.
Yeah.
But that's trinkets, like little tokens, little things of effects. The first campaign I ever ran, when how do I put this? We went out of town once, and I came back, and I brought little tokens for each of my players, some of which still have them. I mean, Sean got a little armband thing.
Yeah. And I still have it.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is...
I gave them magic items, but I gave them physical things.
Right. I was going to say, the cool thing is not only did he give us these nice things, they actually worked in the game.
Right.
And not to say that you have to go out of your way and get things for your players. Sometimes it can even just be like putting a couple gold coins on the table or putting a couple like beer mugs or these large things on the table.
You know, hanging blades from the ceiling like you had on yours, which scared the hell out of me.
Our viewers think I'm insane. So when I had the basement, sometimes what I would do, like there was a point where I had like these swords on the walls and hanging on the ceiling. I had like chains kind of lining against the table. And you can do a lot of things with different objects, and you don't have to spend a lot. Go to your local Dollar Tree, pick up a couple of props, and just like kind of placing them, or even giving some to your players.
It's amazing what a plastic pirate sword can do.
Oh my god, exactly. But no, really, I think you can make a lot of special moments by kind of having those objects or giving things to your players as well.
Yeah. Here's something we'd like to know is anything that you guys have used from your campaigns and everything too.
Yeah.
Anything that may have created a special kind of ambiance to people, or things that you've done that have been crazy or exciting. We'd love to hear about those things as well.
Yeah. Or if you guys want us to kind of delve into any of these that you've heard, please let us know. I can go on and on about music. I can go on and on about lighting and stuff. So if there's stuff that you want to know about, besides asking us questions in our Discord, which you'd find down below, let us know if you want us to do a video on it. We'll gladly do it for you guys.
Absolutely. Remember, the best campaigns are always the ones that are home brewed. So until next time,
keep brewing.